Welcome to Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford. I'm Bob Papa. The Giants will take on the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Obviously, a big week for the New York Football Giants, with Mike Kafka being named the interim head coach after Brian Daboll was let go on Monday. We'll get into that and hear what Coach Kafka had to say at his inaugural press conference. We'll go head-to-head looking at some of the key matchups. Carl Banks will go to the coach's tape with strategy, plus Sean O'Hara and Bruce Beck will join us. And it's time to welcome in two-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks. And obviously, anytime there's a change, Carl, it's something that's pretty dramatic. And the news broke on Monday. Football players, though, have a tunnel vision, don't they? The task at hand is the task at hand.
Yeah, they won't cancel the season, and so they still have a job to do. And they have games to try to win. You know, this is still games left in the season, and they have to be professional and go out and try to win.
Yeah, I mean, and, Mike Kafka has been on the staff this entire time. He's worked with the quarterbacks all throughout the offseason. So as far as offense and production are concerned, there's a similar voice that the players will be listening to.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a voice in the meeting. He's been part of the architecture of this offense, like you said, since the OTA. So he's not an unfamiliar voice. They understand his cadence and how he likes to run things. He's just now has to broaden it to the other side of the ball.
Yeah, and, just in texting with Coach Daboll earlier this week, obviously, you wish him the best. And he was grateful for the opportunity, and we enjoyed the conversations with him. But, every coach knows that this is part of the business, and the wins just didn't add up to enough. And, everybody's got to kind of turn the page.
Yeah, Bob, in this profession particularly, there are two things guaranteed. That's if you're a player, you're going to deal with some injury. If you're coaching, it's a results-oriented business, and at some point, if the results aren't there, they move on.
7 games to go in the season, starting with the Packers on Sunday at MetLife Stadium. Let's listen to what Mike Kafka had to say at his introductory press conference.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Marin Tisch family and our GM, Joe Shane, for giving me the opportunity here to lead this team. This is a league of incredibly difficult situations, decisions, and I just have the utmost respect for Dabes and what he's done for me, not only as a friend but as a coach. Give me an opportunity here to be an offensive coordinator, and so I just wanted my thoughts were with him and his family, and I just appreciate things he's done for me, and I've learned a lot from him. In terms of where we're at right now, I'm excited to lead this group, focusing each day, taking kind of just one step at a time with the players and the coaches and getting organized. But, I'm excited and looking forward to the challenge. Just a couple things I would say is, first and foremost, I'm going to make Tim Kelly our offensive coordinator. Really smart coach. He'll help us tie in the run game, the pass game. Does a great job with a lot of good experiences to bank on. We're also going to put Jameis Winston as our starting quarterback, and he'll do a great job. I have a lot of confidence in Jameis, have a lot of confidence in Russ, and he'll be the backup as Jackson works through the concussion protocol. I think our players are pros, right? They're pros. So my job is to get them in the best position to be successful and work through the week here and continue to make adjustments with the staff as we're continuing to prep for Green Bay, which is the most important thing. So really taking our time, making sure we, cross our T's, dot our I's, and put together a great plan for the players, because that's really, at the end of the day, those are the guys that have been on my mind the last 48 hours. So, again, I'm thankful and appreciative, and now we're back on track, and we got a big task at hand and a big challenge in front of us.
Mike, you alluded to it.
Mike, you still call plays. You say Tim Kelly is the offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Mike, do you think of this as an audition for you?
Listen, I just think my only focus is this: the players. Like we need to make sure as a group, as a staff, we come together, put together a great plan, and really just focus on what the most important thing is. That's today, and our practice, our prep, the meetings that we're in, the communication, and then just working through the details of the game plan, because things are going to change, and we got to be able to have some flexibility and adapt to it. So that's been probably our biggest messaging in terms of the coaching staff to the players.
Mike Kafka is very well respected. He's interviewed for some head coaching jobs and gotten pretty far along in the process. He worked the Shrine Bowl, he worked the Senior Bowl, getting an opportunity to be a head coach. Do you get a sense that he's going to demand some things to be changed on the defensive side of the ball? Because this is a 7-game audition for him, too.
Yes, I mean, listen, whether he's trying to secure a permanent head coach position with the New York Giants or anywhere else, you realize that you are the head coach of the entire team, not just one phase of it. So it's special teams, it's defense, and it's offense. No matter what your specialty is, you are responsible for all of it.
We're just getting started here on the program. When we come back, we'll look at the head-to-head matchup between the Giants and Packers on Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford.
It's a great unit. All three phases, they have talented players everywhere. Micah particularly, Gary. I mean, those guys stand out because of the sack production, but their defenses are really, they're well coached. They're very aggressive, and they know how to rush the passer. And it's a tough group. So, I think it's a great challenge for us and our offensive staff. It would be a great challenge for our special teams unit and our defensive units as well. And I think our coaches I know our coaches are doing a hell of a job prepping for this and getting our guys ready.
Welcome back to Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford. It's the Giants and Packers. Time for this week's edition of Head to Head. And Carl, we're going to take a look at some of the key matchups in this game between the Giants and the Packers. And Xavier McKinney made the Pro Bowl last year. Theo Johnson has become a legitimate weapon for the Giants in the passing game.
Well, listen, they're going to have to occupy McKinney because he is a ball hawk. He's a physical guy. But the 12 personnel for the Giants, the way they deploy them, can create some matchup problems for the Packers' defensive backfield.
Yeah, and Theo Johnson has certainly made some explosive plays for the Giants. They're going to need him to step up this week. And then this is a head-to-head matchup, Carl, that, I mean, these guys are familiar with each other.
Yeah.
They've gone against each other many times. Andrew Thomas has had a lot of success. Parsons has got him a couple of times. But this is going to be a fun matchup.
Yeah, this is the one that you'll watch because it's going to be the quickness versus the physicality. And Andrew Thomas has had a very successful season thus far, but he may need help with this one as well.
But the interesting thing, too, about Micah Parsons, when he went to Green Bay, remember he had those back issues.
Sure.
He's not in on all of the snaps as he was in Dallas. Like, there was a 3rd and long on Monday night against Philadelphia where he wasn't even on the field in a pass rush situation. So it's something that they have to manage in Green Bay.
Well, they manage that, but you better manage when he's on the field, right? So when he's on the field, he's priority number one in your passing.
And we're going to take a look at some of his pass rushing skills as well in our strategy segment. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back on the program, Sean O'Hara goes one-on-one here on Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford.
I'm so happy and grateful that I get to be the starting quarterback for the New York Giants for this week. When you get a chance to get opportunities like this or any opportunity, you do your best to capitalize on those moments and stay present and do all you can do. I'm just taking it one day at a time, one play at a time, and I'm encouraging everyone else, just do your best. Like, that's all the fans want. The fans just want us to come out there and do our very best. And when we come out and execute and do our very best, we're a tough team to beat.
We're excited to be down on the field one-on-one here with Big John Runyon. John, I know you're excited about this game. Obviously, your former team against the Green Bay Packers, but you got a new quarterback in there in Jameis Winston. What is Jameis like in the huddle?
It's really hard to describe, but brings a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. When he's in there, in the moment, him, giving you the play call, it's the most interesting thing in the world. Gets up there, gets the guys going. He's always got something to say. He's just the ultimate teammate.
Well, speaking of teammates, you're going to be lining up against some of your former teammates. What are you looking forward to most about playing the Green Bay Packers, a team you played for 4 years?
Yeah, I'm excited. Finally play against the Packers. There's a lot of guys that I came in with that are still there. Some really good players on defense. Be a great matchup for us. And looking forward to going out there just having some fun and, playing against them and hopefully get a little revenge.
All right, let's talk about offensive line play.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a really athletic guard. Take me through a screenplay. Now you get on the second level. What are your techniques in trying to bring one of these corners or safeties or linebackers down?
Yeah. We have a bunch of screens in this system. As offensive line is we really stress about getting to your landmarks. And screens are about repetition, timing. And you get those downs, you get to your landmark, and you're on that time, some really big plays can come out of that.
So you're talking about landmarks. So let's just just to visualize at home. So like a landmark, you're running a screen to the left, right? You're saying you want to get out to a spot, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get too wide, right? Because if you get too wide, now the defender can undercut you.
Exactly.
So you're trying to get to your landmark. And if I'm a defender, Like as you get out to your landmark, how do you know which number to block? Like which side? Are you trying to kick me out, or are you trying to just top me straight back?
So I say we're on my left hash, and we're running a screen to the boundary. So we're running a screen to the short side of the field. I know that I have to get somewhere at the top of the numbers right here, and there's going to be a defender there, whether that is a linebacker flowing over the top, a safety coming down, or corner. When you're getting out there, you know, usually the guards are the first people out on the screens, you know, and the screens that we call. So I want to attack you on the near number inside and try to kick you out right here and feel, you know, the ball carrier cut right up off you. And usually on the backside, we have 1 or 2 more guys coming with you. And that first block's crucial because that's either going to be a tackle for loss or you get the ball in your playmaker's hands, they can make a play. And screens sometimes are explosive. So screens are huge, really important to our offense and slows down that rush a little bit.
Check for the hugger, right? Always check the hugger. The hugger is, right, if they're in man, right, that linebacker could be hugging up on the running back and he's usually coming from within. So you always, that's the guy you peek at.
So I said, it's either going to be the linebacker, safety, or corner that's going to be your first read. And judging on which screen you have, you know, sometimes, like you said, linebackers man-to-man on the back, so you got to take the linebacker in the center or the backside guards. You have to go take your guy. So there's a lot of, we call it the pizza rule. You know, you take my slice or my guy, then the other guy takes yours, and you just guys got to play off each other out in space. And this stuff happens in 1, 2, 3 seconds, and it's a lot of quick decisions.
Yeah, no doubt. I know we're always lobbying for screens. We love we love it. Slows down the pass rush.
Definitely.
Obviously, you got Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons, so that would definitely help out from that capacity. John, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it, man. All right, good luck against your former team.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on Big Blue Weekly.
Welcome back to Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford. The Giants take on the Green Bay Packers at MetLife Stadium. Obviously, big news this week with Mike Kafka being named the interim head coach. For more, let's send it over to Bruce Beck with some locker room thoughts.
Bob, we're inside the locker room as always, and this time we're spending some time with Abdul Carter, the Giants' first-round draft pick this year. And you said when you came in here, it's all about continuing to work. Can you talk about that philosophy?
Yeah, I feel like that's how anybody should go about it, especially you got a job to do. We come in every day. We hold ourselves to a standard, so about keep working this week and get ready for this game this week.
What kind of progress are you making individually from week to week?
Up until this point, I would just say my cup is half full right now. I feel like it's a lot more I can do. I can be a lot better. Just keep getting better week in, week out. Just keep being consistent.
Do you think getting that first big sack by yourself will kind of set you off?
I don't know. I feel like, I had 4 sacks this year taken away by penalties, so it's like I just got to keep working, keep getting better at it.
Being relentless, is that your philosophy, though, to continue to go after the quarterback, to try to make the big play?
Hey, for sure. That don't change. That's obviously going to always be there, but like I said, just keep putting the work and keep working, and everything going to come.
What have you learned this year from Brian Burns, from Dexter Lawrence, from Kayvon Thibodeau, those guys that go to battle with you every week?
I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning. Like, as soon as I came in, all those guys took me under their wing, taught me the ropes. I just be paying attention to the things they're doing off the field, like preparing things of that nature.
You've got a coaching change this week. That's something that's new for you. How are you going to deal with it?
Yeah, it's a tough situation, but at the end of the day, we got to move on from them. We got to focus on what we got to focus on, and that's the Green Bay Packers coming here this week.
What kind of problems do the Packers present? They're off to a very good start this year. It's not even a start. We're halfway through the season. What about this football team makes them so tough?
Yeah, every week is going to be tough. I wouldn't say there's anything specific that they do. We just got to be able to play our game, and once we do that, things will go our way.
Abdul, what is it like for you to play at home at MetLife Stadium?
I enjoy it. Obviously, every home game, we want to take advantage of it, playing in front of our fans, give it everything I got.
What kind of honor is it to play for this football team, for this franchise?
Yeah, it's a blessing. There's nothing I'd rather be doing.
So what can you tell the fans who are frustrated and are disappointed? What's your message from the locker room, from the guys?
Just stay together. In times of controversy, everybody's going to try to divide us. Everybody has an opinion, but at the end of the day, as a team, you just got to stay together.
Thanks for spending some time with us, Abdul.
No problem.
Bob, very grounded here in his rookie season. Abdul Carter, back to you.
Now it's time for this week's edition of Strategy, presented by Microsoft Copilot. The Giants taking on the Packers. Green Bay only scored 7 points Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. But, Carl, one of the things that they can do is run the football, and they have Josh Jacobs, who's big, strong, and physical.
Well, and the one thing that we do know about this team is that their offense will look to get on track against a defense that's been allowing teams to do that. Jacobs is a runner not dissimilar to Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, which means that everyone who has a responsibility, Bob, needs to make sure that those responsibilities are held up. And I'm going to circle here the middle linebacker. When you are free to the football, know what your gap responsibility is. Here it's played almost perfectly up front. Can't let, if you're the edge defender, you can't let the tight end block you. But even if he does, take a look at this guy right here because he's free to the football. You cannot take bad angles when everything at the line of scrimmage, even though you would want this guy to come off, set the edge, and make the play here, he doesn't, but this is a free runner to the football, and he's got to be able to make the play. He's too slow, and Jacobs is just too good. I mean, should not go for any gain whatsoever. You've got a wide receiver blocking on the edge, but the edge rusher here has to set the edge. But he doesn't. This guy right here is free to the football. Read it fast and go. He did not, and this is the result. Jacobs is a very talented runner.
Right, and he's going to take people for a ride, so you better come with your pads as well. The passing game has struggled a little bit, but they can make off-schedule plays, and here's Jordan Love doing just that.
Yeah, here's excellent play design here. I'm not sure if it's man across the board, but they're going to run basically 3 inside routes, and they're just going to put vertical stress on the entire front side of the defense and the back side. Here's a guy here who's responsible for a double team, and this guy here is over the top the other way. Man-to-man, man-to-man. Basically, your help guy is the backside of your defense. He overruns his help. Good play by the wide receiver, better throw by the quarterback. I mean, it's assignment football. You've got to be able to play your assignment. This is a double team here, Bob. Just maintain your leverage. You don't have the go route. He's running as if it's a go route. This guy's going to come over there. Assignment football. He just beat you at your own game, and this is what the Green Bay Packers do. They're in rhythm with their quarterback.
Yeah, it was a good job by the wide receiver to see kind of where the safety was going and just say, whoop, I'm going to take it inside. Micah Parsons, Giants know him well. He's now with the Green Bay Packers.
Well, if you're a tackle, you cannot overset Micah Parsons because he's fast out here, but he's equally fast as a counter coming inside. And here it is. He gets the right tackle to overset just a little bit, and boom, now he's in there on your quarterback. Draws a holding call, and he gets the sack anyway. He is fast. He has great counters, but he has power. Let's take a look. He's here. He's got 3 guys to try to block him. First guy chips him. Then he beats 2 other guys and gets in and makes the sack. So he's just a one-man wrecking crew. You cannot overset him. You have to get him at the line of scrimmage to make sure he's not disruptive.
Well, those are the things that the Giants are going to have to deal with this week. And Carl, again, we talk about the defense. That's really the focal point of this football game. The Giants have been able to move the ball enough and get enough points on the board. You know, how do they get that late stop when they need it against a team that can challenge you in a lot of different ways?
Well, it's a 60-minute game. It's really what it comes down to, and you have to play every quarter and every play like it's an important one. You can never relax if you're on the Giants' defense.
This week's game is presented to you by your local Ford stores. Ford proudly salutes those who serve. That wraps it up for this week's show. For Carl Banks, Sean O'Hara, Bruce Beck, and our entire crew, I'm Bob Papa. Thanks for joining us for Big Blue Weekly, presented by Ford.